Hey, welcome to my workshop. This week's video, I'm going to be cleaning up a couple Herbrand ratchets. I found these at an estate sale, both from the same sale, a couple weeks back. Thought they were kind of cool, so we're going to clean them up and see if we can get them working again. I honestly don't know a lot about Herbrand, but these are pretty nice ratchets. This one's marked S10. See if I can get that in close where you can see it. And then it says Herbrand, and it's got like a little kind of maybe looks like a little bit like a leaf under the name Herbrand. This one I had to wire wheel to see if I could see anything on it, and all I can see is like that leaf design there. I can't see a name anywhere, and it says Van Chrome. These are not exact, but they're close. Definitely the same brand. And this one's had kind of a cheater bar put on it permanently. Someone stuck a piece of pipe over it and crimped it down. So first order of business is going to be to get that off, and then I'll get them taken apart and get into the evaporust. It's good to know this thing wasn't damaged. I was afraid that someone put that on there because this had been broken off, but looks pretty good. I've never done one of these before. I'm curious to see what style it is and what it looks like inside. This back is solid, so everything comes off from the front. So we've got a plate with lots of dried up grease on there. No wonder this thing would barely move. Gear's in good shape. Got a ball detent that moves. And we've got a couple paws and two springs. And that's kind of cool. So there's an indent in this paw. I hope the camera's picking that up. For the spring to set in, which really helps keep it in place. That's pretty cool. The springs look okay. Everything's just really dirty. Go ahead. Now this one's really rusty. This one was in the bottom of a toolbox. It was an old metal toolbox, and everything in it was rusted. It had evidently sat in water for a while. I think that one just broke. Yep, that one broke off. No, just one. All right, cool. It's the exact same thing inside. Really dirty old grease. Let me get these paws out and make sure the springs are okay. Yep, everything looks good. Okay, off to the ultrasonic cleaner. So all these small parts, here I'm just going to clean up by hand. I'm going to see if I can find replacement screws for all of them. These pieces here are going to go in evaporust. along with the ratchet handles. And already, I mean, these would barely move before. Now they're free and clear. All the grease is gone from them. This one's not in too bad a shape rust-wise, but this one's terrible. It's been about 24 hours since I put the ratchets in the evaporust. All right, so I'm gonna take these over to the sink, get them rinsed off and brush them with a nylon brush, and then I'll be back. All right, pretty happy with the evaporust result. And this one did reveal a model number right here. Hopefully the camera's picking that up, but it's an S10 also, and this one is an S10. And I still have to get this screw drilled out of here. All right, this is one of those times where you're getting ready to do something in your shop and you realize I probably shouldn't do it. I really want to get this switch off of here so that I can do a really good job of cleaning this up. I know I'm going to lose all of this lettering if I get the flap disc out and grind this down, but I'm going to have a hard time doing what I want to with this in a way. And it looks like there's a pin on the other side of this, and this is a press fit cap over it. I'm going to try and knock that cap off. It will probably break, but you never grow in what you're doing if you don't try things. So I'm going to give it a shot, and I hope I don't break it. All right, I'm going to move the camera so you can watch me explode this thing. We'll give it a heavier duty punch. Not the punch I really wanted, but this is a Herbrand punch, so why not give that a try? Maybe I'll have good luck with it. Hey, it worked. Got it apart. The Herbrand punch came through. All right, I'm pretty happy where I'm at so far on this. This is sanded on the belt sander up to 220. I didn't get all this out here because I didn't want to lose any more of the van chrome and the model number. The Herbrand name, can't remember. Yeah, it was on here. You could barely make it out. So I didn't want to lose any more of that. And the pitting here, and there's a few back here that were just too deep for me to get out, so we'll just have to live with them. But anyway, sanded to 220 before I go any further. I'm going to clean the inside of this up. There's something down in here, but I believe it's maybe the previous owner's initials. Anyway, let me see if I can get my grinding wheel out and grind a little bit of that down, see if I can get that a little bit smoother. That's looking a lot better. Just want to get that cleaned out. It got a little, just a little flash rush on it from dipping it in the water. Show you the difference of what the compound does. Let me see if I can get this thing in focus. So that's before polishing, and that's after. Put a pretty good shine on it. This paint's called One Shot. Goes on pretty thick. And it flows really well. So I only need one coat. So I've got this sanded smooth. I'm going to take a little punch and try and get a hole started here in the close as I can to the middle. And then I'm going to drill it out. I'm sorry, it's a terrible camera angle. Yep, missed that. And I picked up some screws, and I got a number 632 thread. These don't quite thread in. And these don't sit quite flush in the head. All right, I got my number 6 tab here. All right, to get the screw head to fit a little better down in here, they're just a little too wide. I've got my machine screw chucked up in my drill, and I'm just going to run it across the file and just reduce the size of the head a little bit. But this is the side profile of the screw head after filing it, and this one I went and ran across the fiber wheel to make it a little less proud, so hopefully it will fit down in there pretty good. Yeah, that's flush now. Where this Okay, to put the switch back on, I got me a magnet. I'm just going to put this part of it on there. All right, I got that pretty tight enough, and now I'm going to see if I can ping that over a little bit. All right, time to get it back together. I got the switch back on. I've got all my pieces laid out here. So I'm going to start. I've got to have the switch in the up position so that I can get the screw through this side. So I'll start on the right hand side. And then I have to push the switch down so I can get this over enough to get the spring in. And I like this design because, as I said earlier, there's a little indentation in the pawl to hold the tip of the spring, which really helps. All right, now I've got to move the switch back up to get the other screw in and hold everything together at the same time. And then I think this pawl should be able to get that spring in there. Uh-oh. Phew, that was close. Okay, got these Herbrand ratchets done. I think they came out pretty cool. If you'll hang tight just for a second, I'm going to bring you in a little closer and show you what they look like and how well they work. Thanks for watching and stay until the end. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how these came out. This is the first one I did that had the cheater bar kind of bent on there, and it was really rusted and pitted. I think I probably got about as good as I could. There's still some scratch marks in here. I didn't go too deep here because I wanted to save this Van Chrome and the model S10 on there. I mentioned earlier that I thought their company colors were kind of red. I did some additional research, and honestly I think they were more of a blue and an orange color. So I did this one in blue. But the switches are really good and solid. And then with the socket on here, you can hear this thing clicking. Go the other way. Really nice. This is the one that looked like it was in better shape. I did a little bit different process on this one. I ran this one through the sandblaster instead of hitting it with the angle grinder because I just didn't want to get too deep of scratches in there and have to go deeper to sand the 60 grit or 40 grit scratches out. And this one must have had a lot of use because I think the gearing was a little worn, but you can still hear it. But it's very quiet. But it is so smooth. Anyway, thanks again for watching.